Welcome back to another episode of What the Fuck Are the Planets Doing Today? I'm your host, Brooke, and before I dive into the chart, I'm a little delayed at posting this because this morning I've been posting receipts of predictions of things that have happened that I shared in my Aquarius full moon lunation update. And if you've not had a chance to check it out, I highly suggest you do so. So let's dive into the chart, okay? The sun's starting off at 19 degrees of Leo and will move to 20 degrees in just a little while, okay? The next couple of hours, it'll be at 20 degrees. The sun, okay? Even though Mercury's stationed, it's still playing tricks on me because it's not moving. And it is still in that opposition with Pluto. But keep in mind, over the next week, it's going to start coming out of that opposition. It's going to be a slow start, but it's going to start coming out, okay? Now, the moon's going to be starting the day off at 0 degrees of Aries and will conjunct Neptune and Saturn in just a few hours. Okay, I say a few hours. It's going to be a couple of hours. Anyway, it's going to be in a couple of hours, all right? So, now, as I have been preparing you all for this lunation update, because we are in the full moon lunation update, all right, that there could be a lot that's brought to light. Just as the moon left being in that grand water trine, there were things that happened on the water, okay? There could be fire, there could be pew pew with it now in Aries, because this is the warrior, okay? So with the full moon, it's all about releasing. It's all about bringing to light. It's all about exposing. So your emotions could be really heightened today. Keep an eye. There could be a lot of anger. There could be a lot of aggression, okay? There's definitely going to be a lot of karma that's dealt. So you want to make sure that you're on the right side of karma. And, I'm not going to name any names. However, I have come across someone that has an extremely large following that loves to say that karma is not like what it is. And that's technically incorrect information. If you have a lot of 8 energy, if you are an 8 empath, if you were born on the 8th, okay, you truly do have to walk a holy, righteous life because karma shows up instantly for you. You are held at a higher standard, okay? Trust me, I know. I am an 8th life path. I am very aware of how quickly karma can come back. And because we are in karmic divine times, karmic retribution, we have to be mindful of what we're doing, what we're given, okay? And if you come across a divine being that's here to dish karma, just being in their energetic presence is going to trigger that karmic retribution to start coming right back to you. So if anybody's telling you that karma doesn't work the way it actually does, they're giving you incorrect information. So you just want to be mindful of that, all right? I do want to note that Jupiter and Venus are officially conjunct at 14 degrees, okay? So they were conjunct yesterday, but now they are conjunct at 14 degrees and are within a 4-degree orb of trining the North Node. They are also in a trine with Poseidon at 15 degrees of Scorpio. So Poseidon and Kronos, they're still in their trine too, has been doing a lot as far as the water is concerned. But this is also where crimes of passion can come into play because a lot of water signs in general, okay, feel things at such a heightened level that sometimes it's hard to control your emotions unless you're truly doing the work. Now, Mars is at 3 degrees of Libra, still in that trine with Pluto and Uranus, but is working quickly out of that trine. Thank goodness, okay? Because there has been a lot of towers, a lot of exposure, specifically in this area, okay? And almost out of that opposition with Saturn and Neptune, which is a good thing. Now, I do want to note, as the sun gets closer to that 22-degree point, we could see a lot happen with people, if you get my drift, okay? And as I mentioned in my Aquarius full moon update, we will see the sun trining Eris and Chiron. So there could be a lot of residual wounds that are brought up to the surface as well. We still have the nodes at those infamous 18 degrees, guys. So unfortunately, with Pluto and Aquarius, we do see a lot of people transition, if you get what I'm trying to say, okay? Now, can you give me one card for the day, please? And there's a new restriction on my TikTok. I can only upload 5 hashtags. Hierophant. Now, I know what this is about. Yeah. I feel like there's going to be a lot of earth-shattering information that comes about religion. Those that have been in the top, those that we have looked up to, those that have been leading the way as far as religion is concerned. There's been a lot of painful things wrapped in what is supposed to be from the Most High, that's supposed to be from God. You know, this can be religious leaders. This could be the religious wars that's been going on. If you've not had a chance to watch what Tucker released yesterday, I would recommend going and doing that too. Because keep in mind, as Saturn gets closer to retrograding back into Pisces, this is where a lot of this is going to be coming out. And if you've not researched King James and who he truly was, you would look at the King James Bible in a completely different light. I'm just saying, okay? And if you're one of those that truly believe that the only way that you can connect to the Most High and to connect to God is through religion, I hate to break it to you, that's incorrect information too, okay? Because truly, the Most High, God, is in the details. It's in the details. Now, there could be a lot of towers that's still being brought up to the surface, specifically with this Mercury opposing Pluto. There could be a lot of shattered illusions connected to religion. And a lot of our foundation of what this country was built on is going to be exposed too. Now, I've said for a really long time that Christians are being used to push a very bad agenda. And that's going to be a hard one for a lot of people to accept. But this goes back to Tucker. If you've not seen his show that he dropped yesterday, I highly suggest you do so. Yeah. Now, continue doing the work, continue setting the intentions, continue focusing on you and what you can do, what you can change. Also, focus on healing the heart chakra. Just remember, the more that we can clear any pain, trauma, that the higher that we can ascend. The Schumann has been through the roof, so we're really having to push through and release any residual. I had a major heart chakra awakening, opening, release yesterday that was truly phenomenal, okay? And we'll have that with how high the Schumann is. But anyway, I love you guys. I hope you all have an amazing Tuesday, and I'll be back for another update soon.